Now, we're going to take a quick look at some treasures from the Legacy Center collections. Normally, you would be here in person and we would have some exhibit cases with all kinds of interesting photographs and artifacts from the collections with a little bit of description. So instead, we're going to show them to you virtually, and you're going to follow me into the stacks and see what it looks like behind the scenes.
So what are we doing right now?
Right now, I have a list of the items I'm looking for, and they tell me which column and which shelf the boxes are located on. And then it tells me which collection number I'm looking for, and each collection has a number and then several box numbers. So this is something I found yesterday that I thought I would share with you because I think it's really cool. And instead of chocolates in this Fannie Mae box, we have a set, can you see those, of typeset. It's very heavy. These were used by the Chicago Shinpo newspaper, which is something many of you may be familiar with. And this is the typeset that would have been used to print the newspaper. So this is another fun item that's a little bit artifact and a little bit document. We have here 5 little bundles of embroidery floss. And then we have an invoice. You can see here it says threads for a total of $11.72. And the envelope. So we know this was sent February 23rd, 1943 to Midori Oki, who was in Tule Lake at the time. I love this item because it's such a normal transaction that any woman at that time might have engaged in, but the fact that a woman incarcerated in a camp was communicating with a store back home in Los Angeles about $6 due on a bill is a little bit mind-blowing for me, at least now in 2020, to think about what that must have felt like for her while she was in camp and what that embroidery floss must have meant to her. This is a library card. And to understand why I'm so excited about it, you have to understand that my title is Legacy Center Director, but my training is as a librarian. So I get excited about things like library cards. And this is a very special library card. This belonged to Riki Kobayashi, and it was for the community library at Raur Relocation Center. And what we have here is a set of guidelines on communicable disease regulations from Topaz. And it covers all sorts of diseases from the common cold to measles to some that I've never even heard of. And in each case, it states the symptoms, the means of transmission, and the methods of control. Something we don't often think about, or we didn't until this year. But it's a good reminder that infectious disease has touched on many lives over many decades. And if people endured in the past, we can endure today.